We are live, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another installment. Hold on. Let me take it back real quick. What's good? You already know who it is. Jose, hustle every day. Mind over matter, mental tussle every day. Wanna fuck around and scuttle every day. Double every day, right there. I like the weight. Nah, no sir. We getting lit. But what's good, y'all? It's been a while. I haven't really recorded anything. It's February 2024. It's a little late for me to be saying this, but Happy New Year's, guys. I hope you guys had a wonderful New Year's with your family. I hope you guys are aiming to complete any resolutions that you might have or any goals that you have set for yourselves for this year. Me personally, I have been slacking for the month of January. I'm not gonna lie, definitely been slacking. But February is here. We are here too. There is probably a very small, hopefully larger portion of you guys that actually do want to watch my stuff consistently, and I'm just a dickhead and I don't really post as consistently as I want to. But I'm definitely gonna try this year to post even more content than I did last year. There's always some interesting things going on. I always have a couple of ideas that come to mind. So what's today's video going to be about? Today's video that I have here pulled up is going to be about absent fathers and how they harm society. I think that first and foremost, fathers are incredibly important to society and how things are shaped, how our children are managed. And so I decided to look up a video on Academy of Ideas. That's the channel that I pulled this video up on, so that I can show you guys, and so that, you know, we could have a conversation, you know, maybe in the comments or, you know, wherever it might be. Hopefully it inspires some conversation within you guys in your own social circles. And yeah, I'm talking a lot, so I'm just gonna get to it. Let's go. So before I start, I'm just going to read this paragraph here. Fatherlessness is the leading cause of declining child well-being in our society. It is also the engine driving our most urgent social problems. Yet despite its scale and social consequences, fatherlessness is a problem that is frequently ignored or denied. I agree. I definitely think that we do not take fatherlessness as seriously as we should. And it definitely is and will continue to have a terrible impact on us as a result until we directly face that problem.
Families are microcosms of society. Strong and stable families contribute to social flourishing, while dysfunctional families push society in the direction of breakdown. More than at any point in history, the family unit is broken, as a significant number of children are growing up without a father. In this video, drawing from the research of the American sociologist David Popenoe, we explore how absent fathers are harming children and destroying society, and how this problem can be solved. Based on the evidence, a strong case can be made that paternal deprivation, in the form of the physical, economic, and emotional unavailability of fathers to their children, has become the most prevalent form of child maltreatment today, writes David Popenoe. Fathers are vanishing from family life, and only mothers are left to care about their children. And mothers are not enough.
I like that. I like that little reading, that passage that Mr. David Popenoe wrote about. You know, we definitely live in a very much mother-raised society. There are more families, I would like to think, are being raised more by mothers and fathers, and you know, it has an effect, a very big effect. And you know, no disrespect to all the mothers out there who are, you know, alone raising their children. I'm sure that not all of you have asked for those circumstances or done actions that led towards those circumstances, but it isn't enough. That's facts. It just is never enough. We have two for a reason, because we need both to provide different things for us. I'm gonna stop there though. We're gonna continue the video because I be talking, bro. My first video ever was my longest. That shit was like half an hour, and I was going off, bro. I was eating that bitch.
Approximately 40% of children are born to unmarried mothers. Over 50% of marriages end in divorce, with the mother, more often than not, being granted custody of the children. Even in families where the father is physically present, many are not emotionally present in the lives of the children. Many fathers are addicted to their smartphones or to drugs or alcohol. Others are forced to work long hours or multiple jobs to provide for their family in the face of the ever-declining purchasing power of money. But whether emotionally or physically absent, the problem of absent fathers has reached endemic proportions, and a mother cannot fill a fatherless void. For men and women possess innate biological differences that translate into different yet complementary parenting styles. Women are more compassionate and relationship oriented, while men are more competitive, aggressive, and oriented towards risk taking and self reliance. Mothers provide children with a nurturing, safe, and emotionally secure environment, while fathers challenge their children, push their boundaries, and help them cultivate autonomy. As psychological health is contingent on adequately satisfying the need for both independence and relatedness, challenge and emotional security, risk taking and safety, a developing child needs to be exposed to both the paternal and maternal worlds. Or, as Popenoe explains, the significance of gender differentiated parenting undoubtedly is related to something fundamental in the human condition.
I really like how it's being broken down. It's giving a really good scoop on what both sides provide, with the mother providing a more emotionally secure role within a child's upbringing, and the father providing that more aggressive, autonomous approach towards the child. Not in like a bad way, but just in the sense of how to raise the child to be more independent and to, take a risk and to go out in the world and do what you want to do because you want to do it without having anyone stop you. I think that it is 100% true that both of those things are very much needed for a child to function properly in society. Not saying that, people can't function coming from places that are devoid of either a mother or father. It will definitely be a lot harder, but it's not impossible. But generally that is the case. It is harder for you as a person when you are missing one or the other, and a lot of the times a father's missing, and it's really hard to take control of your life when you lack a person who was supposed to be there to show you how to maintain that control of certain aspects of your life. I was over here staring shit about that mic, bro. There was this one part he said earlier, before a little bit of that was very interesting. How there are fathers that are there, and even being there, emotionally they're absent. And that's very important to look at as well, because it is a lot. It means doing a lot for a child to be a parent. It means a lot to be a parent, and it takes a lot of work. You don't just give birth to a child and you're a parent. No. Your job doesn't stop there. It actually starts there. Where it keeps going is, how involved in that child's life you are as a parent. And, we have a lot of fathers who, even being there, some of them just aren't there emotionally for their children, and that is very harmful. That's almost as harmful as not being there at all. You know what I mean? Because in a sense, it's kind of like, damn, like you're there, but you're not helping. And that can grow into resentment from the child to the father. And even worse, it can translate into, misguided emotions towards the next generation, which is really the tragedy of this circle, or the tragedy of this cycle that is fatherlessness today.
Parental androgyny is not what children need. Males and females bring different qualities to children. The burden of social science evidence supports the idea that gender-differentiated parenting is important for human development, and that the contribution of fathers to child rearing is unique and irreplaceable. Unfortunately, stepfathers are not a reliable solution to the problem of fatherlessness, as stepchildren are often worse off than children of single mothers. The lack of genetic ties can make a stepfather reluctant to invest time, energy, and resources into the child's development, and some stepfathers are prone to seeing their stepchildren as competition for the mother's attention. One of the surprising findings of family-related research in recent years is that the presence of stepfathers may actually aggravate child-rearing problems and thereby increase the level of negative child outcomes, explains Popenoe. In two of his books, Families Without Fathers and The War Over the Family, David Popenoe summarizes the abundance of studies which demonstrate that children who grow up without a physically present and emotionally committed biological father are at a greater risk of suffering from emotional, behavioral, and physical health problems. They are less likely to succeed educationally, more likely to be socially impaired, and as adults more prone to dysfunctional relationships. Girls of absent fathers are more likely to become single teen mothers. Boys are more likely to become criminals and moral deviants. This list only scratches the surface of the known negative outcomes of growing up absent a father.
Man, this dude is spitting. This dude David Popolo. I'm guessing it's a book or some research that he's pulling this from. That role is so important in the child and how it affects their future when there ain't a father. It's like there ain't no sort of control. Shit, you will do things as a result of having that. You know what I mean? For the most part, not saying everybody, but you know, it's generally the case that most people do fall into things like early teen pregnancy and moral deviance from the men. You know, young men without fathers, they don't understand how to actually be men, and they do things that they think men should be doing. Or maybe not even that, you know, they just do things because that's how they feel, because a father never taught them how to control that within them. You know, it's just sad. It's just very sad to look at, and ultimately it's terrible because society is only going to deteriorate more and more, and it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. That stepfather situation, it's a very interesting point that he put there as well with the stepfathers, because it's true, like stepfathers looking at the children, it's like an investment of time that they don't need to do. You know, they'll just leave and look for somebody that doesn't have kids, or like competition, and they'll try to make a kid look bad to their own mother. You know what I mean? That is tragic too. And you know, on the kids end, you ain't my dad, nigga, you ain't my dad, I don't need to listen to you. Even when the stepfather does have good intentions, some children are very reluctant because it's like just simply the genetic tie isn't there. I don't need to respect you, and it's a lot more work, and it's like, why I gotta put in all this work when I could just go somewhere else.